Ah yes, the old boardroom, where people chosen to govern the affairs of an organization meet to discuss its future. For years, organizations have relied on this board model of institutional leadership, whether it was a board of directors, a board of trustees, or an advisory board. In recent years, however, many institutions are beginning to choose to take the concept of a board to a new level to meet the organizational leadership challenges of today. As a Clean Cities coordinator, you can't do it alone. You must have support, commitment, and leadership from others. As your organization develops, you need to review your program and determine what style of management is best suited for short and long-term success. Clean Cities coordinators are the people on the ground, connecting the dots and keeping the program moving. However, your membership will stand on a much stronger foundation if the leadership is engaged in setting coalition goals as an informed representative of the industry. Whether you're a new coordinator or taking a look at the coalition you've been with for some time, you need to evaluate the requirements for leadership in your program. Do you have a board? Do you need a board? And what type of board do you need? Remember, all Clean Cities programs are accountable for their activities, and responsible leadership is a key element of this accountability. You may not need a board if your program is housed in an organization with jurisdiction over your operations, a COG or Council of Governments, like Southeast Louisiana. The governing body of an organization like that may already be established. If that's the case, you still should take advantage of opportunities to keep your program in front of the governing body of the organization. Focus on addressing governing body board members with mutual interest in Clean Cities initiatives. Establish an identity. Make sure they know your program is as important as any other within the organization that has jurisdiction over your operation. For organizations that do need a board, what type of leadership does your program need? Do you need formal authority, policy managers, a group to make the fiduciary decisions and be responsible for adherence to legal standards and ethical norms?
Clean Cities programs require partners in programs that involve funding, reporting, and a variety of resources. So a board of directors is responsible for setting goals and executing policy.
Remember that each member you select for your board can offer different, unique values.
I serve on boards all over this community. I know who's moving in, I know who's moving out. My value is knowing who's who in this business.
If a program has 501c3 status, bylaws dictate the establishment, number, and roles of a board of directors. However, an organization like the Virginia Clean Cities program has a standalone 501c3 status, but is organized with James Madison University, and therefore does not need a separate board. Another form of organizational leadership is an advisory board or steering committee. An advisory board or steering committee has no formal authority, but provides key information, experience, and industry insight to the program.
You know, I've been working on cars my entire life. Keeping up with these new technologies makes it easier for me to share with my students and the Clean Cities program.
Whether a formal board of directors or an advisory board is more suited to your program, the opportunity to serve must be available to all in order to remain fuel neutral. Let the market in your area dictate which technology or fuel is represented in your leadership. Above all, the members need to represent the industry from provider to end user. Your board needs to fully understand Clean Cities' purpose. They must also embrace business principles and mutually beneficial business relationships.
It's vital to our operations to be efficient and innovative, and we're constantly seeking best practices. Clean Cities provides for an exchange of information that benefits the both of us.
Your leadership reflects your program and will encourage or discourage future involvement. Choose individuals that value their role, possess quality character traits, and provide a diverse perspective.
It's so important for the environmental message to be heard, and by serving on a Clean Cities board, my voice is heard, and the relationship between the environment and economics are balanced.
Clean Cities programs strive to achieve shared goals of a wide variety of organizations, agencies, and companies, such as when the Twin Cities Coalition engages with the American Lung Association. Local, regional, and state agencies can be an integral part of your Clean Cities initiatives. A good example of this is the strategic partnership Central Texas Clean Cities Coalition has with the City of Austin. Policymakers and elected officials are often engaged with Clean Cities programs and can be tremendous advocates of your work. Your leadership should be in frequent communication with these officials.
I really think it's important for any elected official to be interested in alternative fuels because the number one issue this country is facing today is energy independence from foreign oil.
Identifying and asking someone to serve in your leadership are two very different things. Be sure your value is clear. Have that elevator speech ready and make sure your organization's image is ready for prime time. Once you have your coalition needs defined and potential leadership identified, how do you get in the door? How do you make the ask? First, you don't have to do this alone. Ask your stakeholders for help with the ask. You may also be able to get help from other coordinators. South Shore Clean Cities consultants, for instance, have supported coordinators with Wisconsin Southeast Area Clean Cities Coalition. You should also become involved with other organizations in your community when seeking assistance with securing your leadership. Network and look at industries with investments in your area.
Anytime you can make a meaningful connection in this industry, it's always a good thing. That's why I love being a part of my local board. Plus, as an engine manufacturer, I feel like I can really bring a unique opinion to the table at my Clean Cities program.
Growing your program is a direct result of the successful efforts of the leadership in your coalition. Growth attributable to the efforts of the leadership of Greater Long Island Clean Cities resulted in the need to move their offices to a larger space to accommodate the expansion. It's also important that as your organization grows, your leadership expands to meet the challenges that growth brings. East Bay Clean Cities Coalition saw that need to expand in 2010 and added seats on their board of directors. So how do you keep your board from getting bored? There are two areas that will distinguish your Clean Cities program from other groups your leadership may be involved with: meetings and communications. Don't let either area get stale, or your board will as well. Vary locations so board meetings become destinations your leadership is looking forward to, not journeys. Meetings should be hosted in places that your members and leadership might not otherwise visit. Invite interesting speakers, industry professionals, change the venue, even consider taking a field trip that relates to your overall mission.
My friend Dee hosted a meeting at their facilities. It was tremendous. I would have never had the opportunity if I wasn't serving on this board.
Increase your program value by increasing the visibility of your leadership. Communication tools are so vital and available, now more than ever. Internet TV, social media, internal communications within an organization, and external communications, public exposure, all serve to get the message out. Increase the visibility of your leadership. Talk once a month with board members, even if no meeting takes place. Develop website features about your leadership. Issue press releases with updates on their projects, and nominate them for awards. It's always important to keep giving board members reasons to become involved with your organization. Remember, virtual leadership does not apply to Clean Cities. Visible leadership that's approachable, engaged, and knowledgeable about your organization will motivate decision makers to help you succeed with your program's mission. Yes, the leadership in the old boardroom of yesterday is evolving today as a dynamic asset of every organization to help both nonprofit and for-profit entities prosper and grow. Organize and engage your leadership with the innovative approaches discussed in this video, and you'll help reap the benefits in creating new opportunities for your program and robust results in your efforts to fulfill the Clean Cities mission.